Well, I'm here. This time as any. I have to do my hair today. Time of year. So, I mean, Halloween. Gotta get ready. I promised my cat last day of dying more than any other day. I promised I wouldn't do much during Halloween. Halloween, I would just wear maybe a t-shirt and pants. Although this is the time of year I like to color my hair. I haven't done it in a while. So I'm wanting to do something today's day. I figure I'd leave this screen on. Have a blather together a while. You keep me company, sort of. For a little while. At least while I have my coffee. We like it when I'm wearing coffees together, don't we? What's my costume this year? Supposedly an old hag. I get manicure. I got hair. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have to do my reps of 10. I'm going to do that over there. Get started. I'm going to come back, finish my coffee. To have some fun. I like to color my hair at this time of year. Not a lot, just my health has taken a beating this year. Literally. And I don't know. My knees are not what they used to be. And I don't know how it happened because they are hard knees. My knees can take lots. This year they don't want to. A lot of people have been banging on and stuff. And it's painful. I don't like it. That's what this one looks like today. I've had x-rays. Oh, I'm going to turn that off. I've had x-rays waiting for the results. Any doctor that shows and tells there's nothing wrong with these knees and that I fell, whether I stay with the doctors or not, this part does not feel normal. It's difficult these days to get a doctor that's orthopedic and will admit I might need surgery. I don't like surgery. Because this one is here. I can feel it more than this one. This one is really took a hit again and it didn't like. And that's bone. There's bone there and there's that in between. I need an orthopedic surgeon, I'm sure. Knee specialist. I hope it's not, they're not going to try and replace it with any technology because I don't want a knee replacement. I want to keep the one I've got. Because I really don't like that stuff. The one I need. I really want both my knees. And I try to do it without pain relievers as often as possible because I'm really recovering. I'm struggling. Right here, I don't like any type of body something. Also, these are supposed to look like this is what it looks like being multi. Beautiful cat. Well, Halloween is do it yourself at DUI. DUI. DIY. Do DIY. DIY. I said DIY. I was trying to think of the letters. DIY. Here it is. Here's DIY. It's the one time of the year I eat lots. Instead of cooking. Especially more than any. Excuse me, kitty burp. There's my fine fellow of a cat, Rudy Noel. Photo live. It's like the second last. Yeah, that was not like that was as my pussycat's second last Halloween alive. Never made it to the third. No names of who, what, where, when, why, and how. When cats die, not all are the same. They all don't do it the same. My cats, when I was with them and they were being, I used to tell them that they were going to sleep. We're going to bed and we'd be together again someday. Someday. They'd wake up, we'd be together again in the afterlife. And maybe reincarnation. My cat would put his head down. It still breaks my heart that there's haters out there. Oops. It goes. Ready to be any smaller? Oh, here we go. Here I am. I can do that. It's been a while. I can do that. What color is it going to be? Stay tuned. Wait till next Friday and or sooner if I can. Well, I didn't see how long I have to leave it on. Maybe I can have time for another coffee. Ooh. Most definitely have time for a coffee. I'll have another coffee after this. Oh, that's good. I don't know what to do. I don't think there's enough waterproof mascara in the world. I could take on my tears and be waterproof. See, when I lift my arms up, that's why I like to do 1 pound weightlifting. See that? Doesn't make me very happy. I want some muscles. I don't want to be one of those older adults with the fat just sagging everywhere. I do want to have some kind of physique. I tried walking. You know how I used to do my physiotherapy exercises indoor walk fit like? I tried yesterday. Tried to do like just walk all from one end of my place to the other and then over that way. And I thought maybe I could do it with the pain. I ended up stopping. Although I passed out, maybe because it was exhaustion, I just went to bed and lay down and I fell asleep for quite a while. Uh, uh, I think that's why I look the way I do often. It's acute pain. I still think I need somebody about my knee. Maybe I'll need a brace or something, and not one of those things that was put on my. Some of our staff they don't care, but it's right here. It just goes from one side to the other, etc., and then down here. I've never had it feel like that before. It's really. Whereas this one doesn't have that. This one doesn't have that. And I was thinking, before this happened, at Saturday, us two, accident, the driver, not me. We did not fall. The bus driver did it. There was a stop that was at normal and sudden. And I slanted. Had there been a seatbelt and I was wearing the seatbelt, I would never hurt myself. I would never been for it. But I didn't have any. And there wasn't any that I knew of. And I just went forward. And my knee just doesn't feel right. Both knees actually, but my left knee and down here. I can force myself to walk. I can force myself to spend less than a minute doing stuff. Then I have to rest. Walking is difficult. The next project that I do, how am I going to do it? I can't walk there. Although yesterday I walked from where it was at the mall pretty okay. So I can do that. I did that. I couldn't do much else. And then last night, because I'm working on some project, I tried to sleep without anything, and I did. But just my coffee, I think I need that extra support. I do. I like this one. This is one. I maybe didn't like it when I was younger, but I really do. I like it nowadays. Just wraps up so that even when it's thin like this, it can't go anywhere. Even when it just flops, it just doesn't go anywhere. Somebody said to me once, maybe I need more stitches, sutures. I don't think that's it. I think it's the muscle. Muscles are weak again. I need to exercise. That's why I like to do the weights, because the weights give it that hope to keep it straight. I mean, I'll do anything with them. I mean, I just like to. Right now it's at 1 pound. Back up to a 1 pound weight. 1 pound weight. A little thunk. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry about that. I just realized I was still muted. Excuse me. I added one more exercise to my getting well. I'm not allowed to rotate my wrists. I'm not allowed to do much of anything with my wrists except rest. Now they're resting for hours on end. Not allowed to do rotation cuffs, rotators, or rotations of any kind. Not even dancing. Although, as I was trying to say earlier, my doctor just gave me okay to do some project I'm working on. But my knees, I'm sure I'm going to need a specialist, and I'm either going to be keeping to the same pain relievers or maybe get stronger something oral. Because they're not healthy knees anymore. My knees have been injured and wounded. I'm just trying to keep going. I find that if I was to rest my knee all day elevated, doesn't make it feel better. Actually makes it feel worse. It had 7 hours elevated before today. Hopefully tonight more. You right there, Mom? Yeah. Just I remember I'm doing my live stream, please? Because you're my mom. That and I need to have upper body strength in order to lift my coffee. I mean, what's a caffeine queen? What is this caffeine queen without lifting up my coffee to my mouth? Gotta have the coffee. So I've done it. So the rest of the day I should be good. Okay, awesome. And able to lift. In addition to lifting my coffee, yes. Awesome. Coffee. I'm blithering on it. It's not making much sense. Exercised enough that I can lift my coffees, foods, and condiments all by myself. There, that's what I want to say. I did good. I did awesome. And I'm okay. I'm on 5 milligrams of. And I got pain relievers that don't make it any better, anyways. The other injuries happened to me once I found some exercising alleviated the swelling. I don't know about now. Hello.
Hello.
I hope those don't leak on the table cover, Mom.
No, I'm going to. No, I'm not taking the hairdressers, right?
Yeah.
I'm not taking the cover.
Look. I'm my mother's mandatory support person. It's sort of like a job I was. And my mom gets upset because she doesn't understand anymore the value and costs and how much things are expected. She lives in her own little world. She's not even away with the fairies anymore. She's one of those elder parents that has been shown and told that she's mentally ill. And she didn't have all the symptoms before. And as soon as she saw it all in inks on papers and everything, was lied to about it, instead of getting fully examined by professionals such as MRIs and CTs knew, my mom didn't understand. And she tried to blame me. And then when we moved here, apartments where there's securities cameras all on, and all those securities guards and securities cameras on all witnessed where I was and all others, and all who, what, where, when, why, and how, and names, all to, at, on, off, and from my front door, and what they did there, all of them. And it wasn't me, it wasn't my pet, my fur baby pussycat, it wasn't Botany, it wasn't anybody else, it was just those two. All those other people, it wasn't me. And all should, can, could, may, must, and need show and tell, showed and told, and shows and tells. That even when I had maids coming from Mary Maid and Squeaky Cleaning, my mom could not be left alone with one and more of them. It wasn't me. And all other people too accused me. It wasn't me. Never has been. And anybody seeing me the way I am, there's no way I could, may, must, need, and can, did, does, do. I'm not violent. I'm not violence. I never have been. I never will be. My social media is just evidence and entertainment purposes. My health updates is, my health updates. Everything I showed and told, and everyone I showed and told, all factual. Off and on and off the internet, stalkers, haters, I tell you, it's something else. And when they're delusional and showed and told anything else, that's just who they are. And my mom developed it as, I don't know, what is it called? PTSD? With and or without attention deficit disorder, with and or without attention deficit hyperactive disorder, with and or without obsessive compulsive disorder. Because there's three other people that triggered her more than, with one especially, Janice Payton, that celebrity stalker. All those health workers that other people paranoid, aggressive, and agitated, manufactured instead of having proof. Celebrity stalker Dr. Jassim, celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, my mom alleged youngest brother, and celebrity stalker Credit Valley Hospital Dr. Judy Fernando. Sat there for hours on end while she did a verbal tests, paperwork, didn't use a CAT scan, MRI knew, which reminds me, my mom is going to have a busy 6 months whether she likes it or not. Oh, and heaven forbid, it has to cost money instead of being free. I mean, I've had some money, although according to my mom, mental illness and her mental illnesses, my father and I were dirt poor, and she was the breadwinner of the family. My father never worked when she gets symptoms and behaviors flaring, and I've never worked and had money. Only her. She's the one that's always been the superior being, and she never has. Anyone and everyone that's met my father and or been related to somebody that my father knows my mom knew my mom was a liar. Not symptoms of my mom's mental health, mental illnesses. one and or more symptoms and behaviors, including showed and told my mom being in the media, off and on and off the internet, grandiose delusional, delusions of power. And my mom was like, oh yeah, erotomatic delusional, somatic delusional, persecutory delusion. My mom just subs it up and just tries to live it. Well, my mom mentally ill, that is. That's not what my mom was like when she was younger. Everybody that met us knew my mom was nothing like that. It's mental health. And it's not senior services mental health. It's not seniors. It's not the way they told her that she has to forget. She'll never get her memory back, although it will help alleviate some of the stress and anxiety of mental anguish, not being able to fully remember. You might get some memories back, although not all, but you'll continue slowly forgetting till one day you might completely forget. And I was like, then why is my mom got all the other symptoms? Well, that doesn't match that. And that's not what my mom did. My mom didn't do that. She used to take her finger and doodle. She used to do it with both hands. She would do something like this. I don't know how to do it. And then she would do that and expect to be in one and more other persons, one and more others' heads. Delusions of power. My mom delusional. And then my mom would reach out while mentally ill. I videotaped it. I vlogged it. I tried to get my mom's psychiatry to stop doing that while mentally ill because that's not normal. I don't do it. I questioned my mom several times. She was doing it in front of me. Even when she's playing bingo, she likes to touch the table, do that, and touch the chair or whatever. I don't know what she's doing. It's not normal. She didn't always do that. She didn't do that. And if she did do that when my dad was alive, my mom would have been committed. My mom wasn't allowed to be out of the family unit and attention seek the way she's been doing it for more than 20 years now. More than 20. Yeah, she started doing it, I noticed, soon after she reported my father dead in 1984. She kept reaching out and reaching out and reaching out. She didn't want to even be a Canadian anymore. She kept wanting to go live in the UK or wherever. She didn't like, and she didn't understand that if she left, her Canadian citizenship went with her. She had to return certain times in order to kept. And I don't, and I didn't like lying for her. But she was in her own little world. I mean, some people accused me of all sorts, and I'm most everybody's old. You know, you see a child sort of like unique, whatever, away with the fairies. The expression they used upon me many years. Oh, there she is, away with the fairies. At school, at home, with other relatives, I was away with the fairies. So I decided, well, let's make Halloween as simple yet unique. Away with the fairies. Instead of mental health, I'm not going to be the same as my mom. I don't want to. And anyone and everyone that got mail from my mom, phone calls from my mom, and other contacts from my mom cried boo-hoo about my father and his parents and me and one and more other, all names, all named Bellis, that my mom was the pathetic victim. Was not, well, wasn't the pathetic. Oh, she was the victim. It wasn't us. It wasn't the Bellises. It was somebody else. More than one. She's had, and she was told off and on off the internet, we got to get new phone numbers, and you got to stop reaching out to those stalkers. She didn't understand for many years. 2024 too. She was like, oh, Norman, Norman. Oh, I gotta go to Niagara Falls with my brother Norman. And then she stopped reaching out. He abused her, and she couldn't come, and she never rectified since then. She had to phone him more or else. She had to answer his phone calls or else. He didn't want to talk to me or else. He wanted me to, him and his sister, as his alleged sister, his alleged older sister, Estelle, they used to harass us. They wanted me to move out, wanted me to leave. Anything and everything, all names, all named Bellis. And I was like, I reached out to one and more lawyers, the police, and others, and they were like, no, you don't. If anyone's got to go, it's your mother. And him, them, they can go away. If your mother's not strong enough, take care of her more because she needs you. Because she doesn't understand. And that's the kind of psychiatry I was trying to get my mom to see if she could rectify with and or without some medicine herself, prescribed prescription. The medicine she's on doesn't make her any better. It makes her more paranoid, aggressive, and agitated, persecutory, delusional, all about my parents and my father parents and their parents and their parents' parents, and all animals and all botany and all pets, all fur babies and myself, all names, all named Bellis. There's evidence everywhere. I'm not lying. My mom just developed a mentality stalker. She blames me for everything, and then she reaches out to about 10 other people, including when I worked. At more than one place I worked, she got phone numbers, and she crank called every one of them, as many as she could. I remember when I was in Milwaukee, she got the list of phone numbers, and she reached out to more than one. And where I worked too, bingo, she reached out to more than one. She would phone call them and tell them a load of nonsense. False allegations, false accusations. Affected my careers, affected my father careers, educations, relationships, exes, etc. All historical, all geographical, and all financial. And any and all new. I mean, my dad reported dead, his grave, his funerals, all that. I don't even get to go to my father's grave and put down a bouquet of flowers, even once a year, Father's Day, and or his birthday, and or Christmas when it's all nice and snow covered. I don't get to do any of that because my mother and one and more other persons, haters, jealouses, stalkers, harassments and bullying, predatory, resentful, since rejected, themselves all premeditated. I just wanted my mom to get well and be like she used to so we could do some stuff together, like, you know, two single women out in the world, maybe having a glass of wine. I'm having maybe an Irish coffee or vodka and orange or something. We're just sitting back. She's having a drink. Like she's essentially like we're just sitting back, with one and more others. And we're just enjoying ourselves instead of my mom getting on the phone and carrying on or sending mail and carrying on. I don't do that. I mean, sure, when we lived on Bow Beaches Boulevard, my mom got persecutory delusional and got violent. And I had phoned the police and my wrists were all bruised. And I mean, that's happened. And then I tried to get my mom psychiatry. Oh, gosh. Now you can hear me. Coloring my hair. I don't know what color it's going to be. I have no clue. It's a DIY, do-it-yourself hair coloring. Less than $20. You know, look just as good as new. As I said earlier, my cat went alive. My pussy cat witnessed this. My cat did not like changes. He saw the slightest change.
It's got a bit softer than the bag.
The slightest changes, and my cat was asked, "Where'd all my stuff? What happened to my stuff? Where'd my stuff go?" When I went to hair salons, hairdressers, like color change, like hairstyle change, and he would get upset, have an anxiety issue, symptoms and behaviors. Nail colors too, to the point where I could only wear nails polished that was clear, because that was what he was used to. The slightest change from clear nail polish and blonde. My cat was, Halloween. I couldn't change it very often because those colors were what my pussycat adapted to eventually. Well, excuse me. It's just like when I professionally groomed my pussycat, the before, all during, and all after. My cat adapted to the before lots. When it was the during, I don't know, the later since, was not always a happy camper for many seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months. And then eventually it began to just, I'm like, it's a medical thing, it's medicinical. You have to have it. I didn't know anybody did anything. I just thought it was professional completely. I didn't like the pedicures, very the ones I witnessed. My cat, when groomed, had to be sedated. But considering that he was and it is alive and in dead, Phil Miller, Nathan Miller, which is cat sedation. 19 and a half minutes remaining. Isn't this fun? I was going to put a little bit of pink in my hair. I don't know that I'm going to this year. I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is. See what color it is. Maybe my hair will be green. Who knows? Not. And yes, I kept this on my wrist, hand, some forearm. I know I'm not going to be a auburn and a red. Yeah. And I'm not going to be orange. And I'm feeling all right. Almost. Not very. Then I'm supposed to put some warm water on my fingers and massage it through. Lukewarm. And then I get to rinse, and then I get to conditioner. When it comes to that, I'm saying goodbye. Yeah. And the usual, have a nice day, be kind to all, everyone, everywhere. Kindness, kind. I was kind, I am kind. I am kind, I was kind. Kindness. I think it's really sad and disappointing when some other people's social media, etc., uh, witness my complaint and showed evidence and entertainment other people, stalkers, and then themselves develop the same stalking symptoms and behaviors. And instead of reported those other people stalkers, all about, one and more, all names, all named Bellis, because that's what they're supposed to do, report it to law enforcement. Law enforcement. I love your videos. Thank you. I mean, when I was hospitalized because I reported a stalker, other people began stalking and did the same and worse than she and one and more other stalkers, to the point where I almost died twice over. And there's evidence everywhere that the other person and three other people and other people were only stalkers. And it's sad, very, that and where I worked 3 centers, I was and member. Some of them staff employers allowed stalkers there instead of gave me privacy and safety. Although this year it's been pretty good, and they accepted my pledge form and pledges. 12 more minutes, Mom. 13 more minutes. My hair is done. A girl and a bunny. Hello, hi. Charlene Alexander, hi. I love your videos. Okay, I gotta go.